Okay. I think there is some modification. We can have.
प्रेजेंटेशन
is Mr. Ratnakar Mandi. Is from Ramakant. I'm sorry. Ramakant Mandi is from National Law University, Cuttack. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to one and all present here. Respected all the dignitaries present in the dais, associates, doctors, and my dear parents and their family members. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee of this honorable occasion, SDA Con, for giving me such an opportunity to speak and to give an overview over such a case which I think need to be discussed in this honorable occasion. And because I want my professionals to know, outside the ambit of medical field, there is also a place where medical professionals also get indulged, like we say in a place of code. So, starting with my topic of medical negligence, I thought it need to be discussed. As according to our ancient Santal history, we know that doctors are also called Kubraj. And according to our Hindu Sanskrit, it is said Vaidya Narayana Hariri. A doctor is seen in the form of Narayana, a true healer. And from my perspective, as I feel, doctor is such a profession that it carries such a responsibility as all the individuals who are, all the patients who are under this profession, who come under this purview of these medical professionals, they have a huge responsibility over them. So, according to me, very less professions are there who are those who have such responsibilities. So, we have also very skilled and conscious doctors and confident doctors need to be there and expected in these professions. So, as we know, all the individuals are a dummy of mistakes. Some of them always makes mistakes. So, even a highly professional can commit mistakes some of the times. So, the person who commits mistake, the consequences is faced by the patient. And some of the consequences are like simple, that they are recoverable after 2 years, 5 years, or even 10 years. But some of the, sorry to say that some of the mistakes are so huge that it may sometimes lead to cause of the death of the patient. So, keeping in mind, the Supreme Court has given some of the remedies for the patient who has suffered and to their families, and gave the concept of medical negligence. So, before going in depth into the topic, let's come to the general exceptions of IPC. General exceptions, Indian from section 1 to section 512. General exception starts from section 76 to section 106 of Indian Penal Code. So, the relevant which is necessary for the medical professionals is section 88 of IPC. It says that act not intended to cause death done by the consent in good faith for person's benefit. Nothing which is not intended to cause death is an offense by reason of any harm which it may cause or be intended by the doer to cause, or to be known by the doer likely to cause to any person for whose benefit it is done in good faith, and who has given a consent, whether expressed or implied, to suffer that harm if consent at that point of time. So what he will do at that point of time? Here, this statute says that if the medical professional with the good faith, having that good faith in his mind that he would heal the patient up and make him alive, and so that he will do his normal course of business. So if he commits that type of offense, if he commits that operation, and if the person dies without giving the consent, then also he won't be liable. If he says that yes, if I would have been in this situation and I would have performed the same issues, then the doctor or the professional will be safe. But the thing is, as we know this, we have a lot of loopholes in our India, and there are a lot of things come to mind that the medical professional, which we will prefer to consult if he has some internal disputes or any other thing. That's a separate matter. So, let's discuss what kind of cases is called medical malpractice. Patient's family at all cost. So, keeping in mind a medical professional where he won't be liable. So there was a recent case in 2022, the case of T. Balakrishnan and others versus SP Fort Hospital. Appeal was filed by NCDRC. What is NCDRC? National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. So what happened is that here the compensation was given to T. Balakrishnan. A compensation of nearly 30 lakhs was given. So here Supreme Court also gave a guideline that the doctor would not be held. Only the point of proper interpretation of evidence would be mandatory by consulting the experts on the particular field with relation to the facts of the case. It again revolves around the Bolam test only. If there would be any medical negligence as confirmed by the professionals, then the patient can file a case in criminal court, consumer court, or state medical council. A medical negligence lawyer or the patient's advocate is idle to advise the victim regarding further proceedings, legal depositions, monetary formalities, and so on. So,
taking part in care of the child. So, who will be responsible? Suppose something happens, suppose some negligence complaint is right from their parents. So, who will be responsible for that?
thank you, sir, for the respectable
Can
question.
I be alone with two need head or I am the head of the unit? So,
Yes.
can one
Head
person
of
will
a
be
unit.
responsible for that?
No, sir. Actually, I want to add in on to this point that if 4 to 5 persons are treating a child, like if treating the child in the sense like if you have if in that medical what I said about considerable evidence, if the evidence fall on your side that you have also committed some of the mistakes, then only you will be liable. Like if a child in the care of the child 5 people were involved, then if it is proven that the lacuna was within the 5 persons ambit too, and if you were not involved in the case, then you will not be held liable. But if the evidence came against you that you were also held liable, that you were also liable for this death of the particular child, then you will be booked.
Okay, suppose any child is coming in night emergency because I am not this emergency doctor, only I am maybe consultant on that child. So one child is came at the night and who is treating doctor? I have not seen the child at
Yes,
night.
sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, here you won't be liable because the person who was treating that child during the night emergency, as you said, he will only be held liable because after that, the emergency when you were treating the child, he was not in a case of emergency.
That is of my advocate, but I am not in emergency. But that day will belong to me. Whatever child will get admitted. So I will be looking after those childs.
So yes, sir, you will be held liable because it was your duty time.
Yes.
But I have not seen this patient. How can I?
But sir, it was your duty time, sir.
I have not seen this patient at all. What happens at night, and I have not seen this child. So
Facts of the case, like it was your duty time, but if you didn't came, then they will. The police will always investigate that why didn't you come at that time. So if you will be able to prove that yes, I was at table and there was.
and it is ultimately child is died.
Yes, sir. Then the.
I don't know what is the case, and later on I know that can I be responsible for that?
Yes, sir. If it was your duty time, then you will be held liable, but in a lesser intensity of offense because it was your duty time, sir. Sir, here the court won't revolve around the case that why you didn't treat, but sir, as the evidence came that you were means it was your time to treat that child, as you said, it was your duty time. So if this comes, then totally it comes to you.
Yeah, because I have got 2 days in a week. There is a hearing Sunday.
To call to the on-call consultant that in which situation he or she need to call, that has to be done prior. Unless you got a call, I think you are not responsible for that.
And sir, for attending that call also we need specific time. If it is of more emergency than the process which I
Yes, because the duty doctor has to call the on-call consultant.
yes, that's the
Because
rule,
if-
general rule.
If the duty doctor has not called the on-call consultant, then how can
Yeah,
on-call
yeah.
consultant?
This will be the first question which will be asked by the court, honorable court.
Particularly consent taking. Consent when it will be proper, as a evidence of documents, court will accept, till it is properly documented. Is it, required a doctor which is operating one, or along with two witnesses or one witness, and from the patient side attended, who is, relatives or not? How many relatives has to be put sign on the consent paper, and how many, other than consultant, what are the other, person from the hospital side has to be put sign as a witness. That is one clarity I need, because most of the time, particularly when I was in a government as a resident and all that time, most of the time we don't much give this thing importance to consent and all. Is there any kind of ceiling limit or some kind of judgment where there should be some maximum? ऐसे नहीं कोई बोलेगा 10, 20, 30 मन में आ गया ऐसे.
So that we can create that limit.
Yeah, there is
indemnity.
Yeah, indemnity. So two things. First is consent, proper consent with this thing before surgery, any interventions. Second is there any kind of information which you put forward for us?
Thank you, sir, for your respectable question. Sir, answering to your first question, as much as I have read, the medical, which we say about as the medical witnesses, which we say as expert opinion, it is not much given. It is not much given much importance, because it is all upon the medical professionals. Like, as much as I've read, I read I asked to my teacher that why does expert opinion doesn't have much importance, and means what is the gravity of importance of expert opinion as well as the normal witness or everything. So there they said me that expert opinion is not, the expert is not related to the particular case. First thing, he has been only given a particular body or something, and there he has performed the operation and what all things which were necessary for the evidence proof, and he bought it out. So as you also know, sir, according to we have so much of loopholes and lacunas that many of there will be some tampering inside the evidences and many other. So that's why taking in consideration a lot of cases, since because after pre-pandemic 2017, 18, 19, this tampering of evidences of tampering of medical evidences increased a lot. So that's why Supreme Court pre-pandemic only gave a judgment that medical evidences should not be primarily emphasized. They can be corroboratory, that other evidences should be there for corroborating it, but medical evidences should be limited. Like, okay, you said you gave your opinion, you gave your consent, well and good. We will always collaborate it with other evidences. If it matches, if it flow with the facts of the cases and the proper judgment criteria, then it will be admissible, or else it will be rejected. And sir, answering to your second question, sir, which you said about the ceiling limit, sir, it is there. Like, sir, starting from the third ADJ or the second ADJ, first ADJ, district court, high court, Supreme Court. Sir, as I said, Kerala High Court has given us compensation of 6 crore. Kerala High Court has that authority. Kerala High Court and Supreme Court, they have the authority to give a compensation of higher limit as well. But in case of district court, first ADJ, second ADJ, or family courts or any other court, they have a certain limit. Like family court has a compensation of nearly I guess 25, 50 to 50, no, 10 lakhs something it has. And with respect to this medical negligence cases, which we see district courts or any other like the quasi judicial bodies, which I said, the Consumer District Forum, they have some limited, like they have a peak limit. They all have a peak limit. That a district court cannot give a compensation of 10 crores. They have, because they are not as much qualified as the judges of Supreme Court or High Court. But Supreme Court and High Court have the authority to touch the crore numbers in cases of compensation. And what does the individual think about the court? It's all different. Court won't interpret any of them. Court will only listen to the facts of the cases, to the evidences of the cases. If it doesn't match it will just will be an open and shut cases. And so this was.
So there is no limit.
No, sir. There is a limit for every court. Like district court cannot give a crore compensation or small
higher court.
Higher court maximum.
Supreme Court.
It totally depends upon the facts of the cases.
Okay.
So
If the
there is no limit.
no limit. Like if the damage is irrecoverable, like if, as I said, the issue which was related to the spine and all, if it is irrecoverable and with related to the facts, it can be seen that the person who was pursuing some educational degree or something else, the court will also address, because The courts are there for the benefit of the person. If the patient is not fulfilled with the compensation, they can appeal it. But if the Supreme Court gave the compensation in its limit, then it's full and final.
Just that in a little bit more debate is that in a discussion.
Yes.
He is actually someone.
Can we do it in millions of our language?
So thing is actually suppose I am operating one person, so I might have
Related to the consent and some are related to the emergency cases where the consent is not required. And along with that, you have also said about the civil liabilities and criminal liabilities. Anyway, thank you. A very, very nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I think only few are left here